Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes weekly webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig and today I have the cutest collection, you guys. These are called the Fly Away die cut collection. They're from a company called Doobado, okay? And there's 41 of these beautiful little flower, birds, butterfly, birdhouse die cuts, and they're made in the Netherlands. They're so beautiful to work with. You guys, this is our giveaway card for this episode, and I paired it with a new paper pack from hot off the press called Flit and Flutter. I can't wait to give you a little sneak peek on. It's absolutely gorgeous. As I said, this is our giveaway card, so stick around and you'll learn how one lucky viewer can win this card to keep or share with a friend. So come play with us. All right, Dutch Doobado is a new product for Paper Wishes, and let's do just some brief little measurements on these. So this little bird guy is about 3 3/4 inches tall, and this little one is 3 1/8 inches. It's very lightweight, which is great because it's going to give you the ability to do foam taping and gluing and things like that, but it's not going to add a lot of weight to your cards, which is really, really nice. Like the largest flower is going to be about 2 inches, largest butterfly about 2 inches. So cute, you guys, so much to play with. And I don't know if the colors are really registering on here, but there's pinks, yellows, blues, cream, white, and brown. That's kind of our color base here. So now I'm going to push these away and we're going to take a look at the cards that Debbie and I made. So fun. Even the name, Dutch Doobado. So cute. All right, so let's take a look at this one first, you guys. This is just a little cutaway card. Look at that. And I cut off of this 6.5 by 5 inch card. I went ahead and I cut 2.5 inches just off of the right side of the card front flap only. All right. And the paper pack I'm using is this Flit and Flutter 6x6 patterned cardstock from Paper Wishes. This is brand new and it's coming this week. So I'm giving you a little sneak peek on this. So you're getting 4 of each of these, but I'm just going to take you a little run through here. So this beautiful blue with the blue, and it looks like school, like the paper on the back, like this lined art on the background. It reminds me of learning to write when I was a kindergartner, and you would write your cursive on here. Okay, that's what it reminds me of. It's so charming. On the back as well, okay, the little embellishment here. And then you've got this gorgeous cream colored tapestry with this border on the side with the adorable little hummingbirds and bees. It's so charming. It's very vintage looking. The whole collection, very vintage. Same tapestry with your corner embellishments. All right, so this one, very vintage feeling with the border around it, orange butterflies, yellow, orange, and green florals. Absolutely beautiful. And on the back, you get that border with little polka dots on it. Here's a green version. This might be my favorite one, with the gorgeous florals going down the right side and this vine going up the left side. It's got this sort of pink, swirly, inky background with polka dot around the edges. So beautiful. And then a deeper green on this back side with polka dots. And then look at the border. It's just kind of screened back. All right, then you're getting these little, we call them card toppers, but they're also just great to slip into pockets and things. Little miniature size with these little miniature borders between. And on the back, a really nice light pink polka dot with these really delicate borders. And then you're getting all of these greetings, which is so nice. And then on the back, we've got this really nice bold blue color as well with the tapestry. All right, so for this one, you guys, I used the back side of this one right here, and I just turned it on its side, okay? Because I knew if like the fact that the bird or the hummingbird is on its side, I knew I was going to use some of these adorable little butterflies, so I wasn't worried about it. So first of all, took some beautiful Miri cardstock. All right, so this is lilac shimmer, really light lavender, really. And I just matted my piece here with that and glued it to the card front. And then on the inside, I took another whole sheet of this, because remember, you're getting multiples of these, and I glued that right here. Just went up a little bit because I wanted to get both of those hummingbirds in there. And then I cut it just a little bit smaller than my paper so I would have a white border. And then I used, these are colorful thin line dazzle stickers, and they come in this huge collection, you guys. They have a really nice mirror finish. And I took these teal ones right here and I went around the edge. And then I also used these gold pearl butterfly stickers, which just match perfectly, and added some here among the border. And then here I used a cutting die with that lilac mirror again, and this is a square and scallop cutting die. I used the smaller one, and then went ahead and die cut from that pink background that we were looking at before. It's this one right here. So that was my background. And then I just double layered these butterflies. There's a larger one and then a medium one, and I just foam taped it right on the wings. Added some more of the border dazzle here and here, and then foam taped this right over that. Added some more of those butterflies from the jewel border dazzles, and then for my greeting I used gold tiny words and phrases dazzle stickers for Make-A-Wish, because somehow butterflies just, I don't know, Make-A-Wish just seems like a nice little greeting to go with that. And then on those butterflies, on the centers right here on the bodies, I added some pink jewel dazzle stickers. And to lift these up, they're just little circles. Using a little jewel picker is so nice. Placing it right on top of one, making a little stirring motion, and it'll just lift right up. And then you would just place it right there on the bodies. Very, very handy to have. So that is a super fun one to use. All right, so let's go on to the other one that we used when making, let's see, oh, let's go to the 12 by 12. All right, so our 12 by 12 of the Flit and Flutter is the same thing, but it's just larger, okay? So I'm just gonna go through this really quickly. Ooh, it's just blurry. Come on, camera, adjust to the quick motion. All right, we're just gonna move on. All right, so here you've got this beautiful blue, still really blurry. Let's just, there we go, that's better. All right, so we've got the blue at the back. You're getting 2 each of these, you guys. The larger version. Oops, this one's sideways. Like I said, I think that one's my favorite. And then the cream one. And then here are those card toppers, full size with the borders and all of the little greetings. Okay, so remember, you're getting 2 each of those, but I wanted to show you the scale of those for these new cards. All right, so this one, you guys, is 6.5 by 5 inches. Debbie used that blue border. Let me grab that one. And I think she used it right here, just kind of upside down. First, she covered it with the coordinating cardstock for Flit and Flutter, and then just cut this paper down just a little bit. Added one of the borders, okay? Goes in between the card toppers right here. And she glued that there, leaving a little space to add some of those, I think it's this lilac colored one right here. These thin line, colorful thin lines are so nice for spring. Added those right there and right there. And then just matted this greeting with pink, and then foam taped that, and then glued this little birdhouse, and then foam tape the flowers. Right? Really, really cute. Love that card. Good job, Debbie. All right, so this card, you guys, is our giveaway card. And it is a 5 by 6.5 inch card. Once again, covering the card with the coordinating solid cardstock. And then she used that pink dot. Let's find it. Oh, it's right on the back of this one. She used this top corner right like that, with that little embellishment right there. And then went back and added some more of those little lilac colored, it's just a great collection with this. thin line border dazzle, just outlined the card right there. And then you guys started off by gluing one of the cutouts from the paper pack, one of the greetings right here. Then foam taped the little birdhouse to the sort of upper left side, foam taped the bird, and then just went about foam taping this whole collection, this cascade of gorgeous flowers. Beautiful. Adding that pink jewel dazzle sticker to the center, and then some of those really adorable little gold pearl jewel dazzle stickers here. Just turned out really cute, and I think you can see just assembling this is so much just easier, adding all of these. Really, really charming. Did such a nice job. All right, so I have one more card for you. Let's find that. Before we move on to the last card, I forgot to tell you about how we do our card giveaway. So thanks, Jeanette, for reminding me. All right, so how that works is, if you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page, we ask that you just hop on over to YouTube, okay? If you're watching us where you can expand your screen, you should see a little YouTube icon. You can click on that and it'll take you to our YouTube page. If not, you can just search My Paper Wishes on YouTube. And then we ask that you subscribe to our channel on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe with this video, okay? And then we reply to everybody's comment and say thank you, but after about a week, we'll reply to one viewer's comment and say, congratulations, YouTube username blank. So you do have to know your YouTube username, and that's the name or YouTube username is labeling the comment that you left. It's also on when you signed up. When you have your own YouTube page, everybody who signs up for YouTube has a home page. You can find it there. It's also a good idea to hit your notification bell in the top right-hand corner, and that way you know when we're reaching out for winners, okay? That's really important that you read those notifications when you see the little numbers up there. Yeah, and then we'll just mail it to that winner in some happy mail after they claim their card. So, in fact, after I finish doing this video, I gotta go and mail some cards to some winners. There's kind of a pile up that I need to take care of. So yeah, that would be great if you will participate in our giveaway. We do this every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday videos, and you have to like, comment, and be a subscriber to each one individually. All right, there we go. Look at this amazing card that Debbie made. She used the Expanding Tower card cutting die set. I'm going to show you how to put this together in a minute, but let's take a look at some of the features of this. So it pops up like this, okay? It's got little pieces of acetate in the center for stabilizing it, and it lays flat for mailing, all right? But there's another little feature. Look at these little spinners. How adorable is that? They just move so cute. And that is a new product for us. It's from Dress My Craft. Little spinners. They come in a pack of 12. It's a little box, and you open this up. Okay, open it up, Lene. Here's the box front. Here we go. All right, and then you just take a little image, like a butterfly or a bird or something like that. And they have, I mean, it's very mechanical, okay? And then there's a little thing that spins right here. So you're just gonna take your glue or your adhesive, you're just gonna put a tiny little bit of it right there, right here, okay? And then you're just gonna take the butterfly, oops, and just set it right there. Oops. All right, and then of course you're gonna let it dry, but it just moves. It's so cute. I love it. I'm gonna just set that right there. All right, so let's take a look. First of all, you're gonna need the cutting die and a die cutting machine, of course, and then you're going to need some acetate, which we sell by the sheet at Paper Wishes. So just look down below the video in the items below and you'll see the acetate. Just add it right to your cart. So let's take a look at this. I gotta move my little spinner butterfly out of the way or that's gonna get hurt. All right, so you're going to get 4 cutting dies. They're these really nice, sturdy, okay, solid like metal, so they're not gonna get all bent and torqued and stuff. And I've already cut mine out. Here we go. I even practiced, you guys. And I hadn't made this one because it's new for us, and Debbie was like, it's super easy, it's super easy. And then I took it home to play with it. It is super easy to do, but it's pretty spectacular looking, you know? It lays nice and flat, and when they take it out, it just puffs right up. All right, so the first piece You're going to die cut one of these, okay? Debbie, of course, used the Flit and Flutter, and she used the 12 by 12 paper pack on this, and she just cut it from the patterned papers. There's a place on the back to write your message. Okay, so I'm just going to use solid. And then you're going to cut out 2 of each of these 3 pieces. Okay, now on the back are the full instructions and the little pictures with arrows and everything. Makes it super simple. All right, so we're going to, oh, it does say also in the instructions, you're going to cut your acetate to 6-inch tall strips by 1.5-inch wide strips. And the reason we didn't give you another die for that, that was another piece of metal to put in there, and we wanted to keep the die, you know, as cheap as possible. So we wanted to avoid that, and these are pretty easy to cut. There's no like score lines put in them or anything. So you're going to cut 3 of those, and then you're going to take your little bone folder, okay, and you're going to die cut, if I didn't say this already, 2 of each of these pieces. 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, small, medium, and large. And then you're gonna need some double stick tape. And I grabbed 2 of my favorites. So this one, they're both just about 1/4 inch wide, and this one is great. It's called extra sticky tape, and then this one is super strong. This one's a tear tape. I do like this one. Both are equally great, and I'll put them down below the video in the description box. So I went ahead and I put my tape on here, and then Debbie has a tip. All right, here's Debbie's tip. So take your pieces like this, and I've got tape on this side and this side, and then we've got tape down here on this side. And you're gonna need tape at the top one and the bottom one, okay? It's also really a great idea to take your little bone folder and just go across all the little things to get them to bend nicely. All right, so that's step 1. Step 2, put the tape on there. All right, and then what we're going to do is, on all of these little pieces, like this, you can have them like this or like this. I'm going to put the tape at the bottom edge and then the top edge. And you're going to take your strips of acetate and you're going to align them between the little score lines and the top edge, like this. Okay? And you're going to do all of that 3 times for each size. So I've already done the large size. Now these are all the same width and dimension for each one, so that makes it easy. It's not like you have to match up anything. I do like the super strong, the white backed tape, because you don't need, it's just easier to get the backing off, I think. I don't have to burnish it as much as the red one, but the point being they both stick really well. That's the most important part. All right, so that's the medium one done. Now we have the little small one. Okay, and then I'm going to show you Debbie's tip, which I think is really nice. The instructions say to, oops, here we go, come on. There we are. All right, so you're going to start with the smallest one, okay? And the instructions, which are very, very good, say to go ahead and take the tape off like this. And do that at the top and the bottom, and place these like this on either side of these 2 score lines, and you're securing the top and the bottom. And then you do the next side and you secure the top and the bottom all the way across. This is Debbie's tip, which I thought was, and I tried it last night and I thought was very, very good. So just take this one, we're going to put it right here. Okay, and then instead of bringing this over and securing it right now, just wait a minute, okay? Now we're going to do the medium size. I have to check my sizes here. It's the medium size. I'm gonna put this one right next to this one, and this is all in the instructions, this part. The only thing that we did a little bit differently that Debbie suggested is you're not securing the left side yet. Okay, you're just gonna flap them over like that. All right, and then this side. And you've got just enough space left. Gotta get on top of it there a little bit. Okay, that one, and this one. There. All right, so they all go like that. You can already see that it's starting to take shape. And now you just go to the other side. I shouldn't have taken this tape off yet, but I was distracted before. There we go. I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, I have to admit, I took this one home to play with because I hadn't built it, and I was like, I just need some quiet to sit at my desk and see how it's put together. Sometimes like engineering things are a little tricky for me, and I was like, oh, this isn't hard at all. Okay, and it just looks it looks complicated, but it's really simple to put together, and I think that's what makes a really cool card, is when somebody receives it, excuse me, and they're going to be like, oh my goodness, that, wow, and you're just hee hee hee. You know, it's very simple. Didn't take long at all. And just imagine if this is made out of, you know, beautiful patterned paper. And then of course embellishing with the little spinners. That's it. Isn't that simple? Look at that. Look how beautiful. And it stands up. So cute. Lays down flat. Yeah, I thought that was great. And I think Debbie's tips for me make it easier, but you could just follow along with the instructions and go ahead and secure the bottoms and the top on each side and go all the way up. That's what the instructions say to do. Perfectly legitimate thing to do. And then you can take your little spinners and then you just put a little glue on this side and you can just add them. How cute to add them like right directly on this acetate. It would be so cute. All right, so you guys, really cute collection. I think these are super fun. I even love saying Dutch Doobado. That is an adorable name. And I highly recommend, especially pairing with our new paper pack, Flit and Flutter. So cute. So don't forget, we have a great money saver right there on the right-hand side. All the items are listed down below the video in the description box with full color pictures. If you're watching us over on YouTube, just look below the video in the description box and you'll see a link that will take you to this Paper Wishes webisode page. It'd be great if you'd subscribe to our channel while you're there. It really helps our small company. And let's see what else. Don't forget to participate in our giveaway card. We love sending those out. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. I'll see you in the next one.